Hey friends, we have officially wrapped up quarter 3 of our homeschool year and I can hardly believe it. We are sliding into quarter 4 now and it feels like we are going to be wrapping up the year before we know it. For those of you who don't know, we actually homeschool from February through October. So while everyone else pretty much is gearing up to kind of go back to school, we're actually starting to coast to the finish line. This year has honestly been such a blessing. I have been so thankful for the rhythm and the routine that we found early on, and it's actually held up all the way through. And let me tell y'all, that is something that I do not take for granted. I don't even know how we managed to stay on this track so long, but somehow we did. That doesn't mean everything's been perfect, of course. We have had some things that have kind of fallen off the wagon here and there because that's just the way that it goes. But kind of our core rhythm and our schedule, it's really just stayed strong, and that has made all of the difference. One really big win for us is that we actually went ahead and wrapped up Easy Grammar Level 3 for the entire year. Like, we are done. Easy Grammar is one of those solid, get-it-done programs, and it really just fit for us, so we will definitely be using it next year. Now, I do have a full review coming soon if you want a little bit more information and more details, but just kind of in short, it's short lessons, simple format, zero fluff, and it was a really big win. Y'all, listen, I still cannot even believe this. So far, we have finished 12 read-alouds so far. 12. Seriously, I am amazed. Last year, we barely got through 4 books, and now we've tripled that, and we actually still have more books coming up. We finally made it part of our everyday rhythm, just like math and spelling and everything else, and I think that's really what made the difference. Instead of trying to fit it into another part of our day, like a morning time or a bedtime, we actually found that it works best as just a fun way to wrap up school for the day. So I'm hoping that this is actually a habit now and that it's one we're able to keep long term. I'll just need to do a little bit of work to stay consistent when we are out of school. We've had a few favorites this year and some that we really weren't overly impressed with. We've got more on the list, so I won't give too much away, but y'all know I will do a book review once we have completed all of them. Now, since grammar is done and we're only a couple lessons away from finishing the All About Spelling Level 3, we're going to switch things up a little bit and start something fun, which is that Tarantula in My Purse study from Pam Barnhill that I talked about a little while ago. It's got that perfect mix of science and stories and animals, which I think is going to be really fun and exciting for my daughter. And I do think it's going to be a good way to kind of ease out of our more structured routine. And then once we finish that one, we'll go ahead and start Stuart Little from My Little Readers Clubhouse. I'm curious to see how my daughter connects with this story, and selfishly, I'm hoping these 2 literature-based units kind of help me get a little more clarity on what I want language arts to look like next year. I've got a few ideas kind of floating around, but I want to test these, try these out, see how they go before I really start committing to anything and buying curriculum. Everything else is moving right along, right? We're chipping away at math and Knotgrass history, the careers unit from Gather Round, just kind of plugging along and slowly wrapping things up bit by bit. I can feel the end of the year energy starting to build. And you know, when you get so close to the finish line and suddenly everyone is just so motivated to get everything done, well, that's where we're at. It's like the homeschool version of senioritis, but everybody's actually still happy. We actually had a little party with some of our homeschool friends not that long ago. And for them, it was kind of like a fun little like back to school celebration. But for us, it was a little bit of kind of a wrap everything up party. And it was just really such a sweet time to connect before all of the fall activities start rolling in. There's really just something so special about marking those moments, just kind of taking a pause and just saying, hey, look how far we have come. Speaking of fall, our favorite time of the year is getting closer and closer, and I can feel the excitement building in our home. We are already starting to prep a little bit for it. So I've got like freezer meal lists going. I've got some big Costco hauls that are in the works. I'm making a list of all my deep cleaning tasks that I need to get going with. I'd like to say that fall is the time when we kind of slow down, and in some ways it does, right? Our homeschool year ends, the weather starts to shift a little bit, well, as much as it can here where we live. And we do lean into a little more rest and a little bit more togetherness. But it's also busy with all of the fun and excitement that fall brings. So it's kind of like the reward at the end of another great year. So that's where we're at right now. Just really grateful. We are making progress and we are getting ready to land the plane on what has been one of our smoothest homeschool years yet. That's it for today's video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon.